is talkSPORT. We are the two Mikes, and I'm delighted to say it's time to say a very, very good evening to Mr. Mike, a Porky, a Parry. A very good evening to Mr. Parry.
Yeah, very good evening to you, Mike. Yeah, splendid performance by Everton yesterday at Crystal Palace.
You think?
But obviously,
a 2-2 draw with a team that's propping up the bottom of the league.
Well, you know, you go
Really?
away from home, you get a point. It's something to be grateful for. There was a dodgy penalty decision. I admit it was dodgy.
When you say dodgy, you mean it was wrong?
I thought it was a very soft penalty award,
Right.
And the referee was standing so close to him that the ref couldn't have got it
Right.
wrong. So you've got to say the ref got it right.
I mean, all the people that I've listened to throughout the course of the last sort of 24 hours or so since the incident have more or less said, well, it's the old thing, isn't it? Don't give the referee a decision to make, and if there is contact with the footballer, and he's all the more entitled to go down in the box if he wishes to.
Yes, well, you know, the referee has to say it was only a few yards away.
I'm not going to have a go. I'm not going to say you shouldn't have got a penalty, because unfortunately in this day and age you're more likely to get a penalty than not.
That's
in
right.
that situation.
That's right. Now, I'll tell you what
But
happened.
I think it's a pretty poor result to play Crystal Palace.
Yes.
We were down there on Saturday, of course,
doing the
warm-up.
Exactly.
And I had to leave you, unfortunately, because I had a family commitment to go to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to find out later on from you how the rest of the day went.
Well, the rest of the day, I tell you, the highlight of the rest of the day, or not the highlight, but the most important development.
Yes.
Was I was sitting in row Q in the director's box,
Row Q.
Yeah, just a few seats along from Mr. Kenwright and the other sort of former directors of Everton Football Club. Now, when Everton got that penalty, which brought it to 1-1 after 6 minutes, I just got up and I just sort of punched the air and turned round to acknowledge the other Everton people who were further down the row. Okay?
Right.
The bloke sitting next to me then, right, and I don't want to embarrass anybody by telling...
Well, why did you deliberately mention the row number?
Well,
why don't you just give the guy a seat number out and then somebody can track him down?
I was right at the end, right? I was right at the end.
Right,
and he was next to me.
How far away would you say you were from them important people?
About 6 or 7 seats away.
I thought you were on one end of the row.
Yeah, I was at the end of the row, and it was filled up with, Crystal Palace people and Everton away directors.
I see. Right.
Yeah,
so you were pretty much on the periphery of it all then?
No, not really. I chose to sit there because other people wanted to sit next to each other. I said, OK, I'll sit at the end. So I sat at the end. Now, this guy next to me, who was a Palace fan, he was so incensed by the penalty, and then he must have got extra incensed when I got up and punched the air. I didn't even shout anything. I didn't say, you know, come on, Everton.
I have seen you do that at Bournemouth before.
Yeah, silently.
I mean, you were in the Bournemouth director's box.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to jump up and go, yes!
But I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I've got it on video.
Well, I'm telling you, yesterday at Palace, I did not.
I don't know what you did yesterday.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, you don't. If you're a courtesy of the other directors of a club that is not yours, you're not meant to jump up and start, berating the opposite team.
I got up and I just punched air and acknowledged the goal with the other Everton faithful who were sitting in the same row.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So anyway. This guy then, from then on, I mean, his language was, effing, being, the C word, scum from Merseyside.
That's not very nice.
In your Liverpool homes and all. I mean, he just wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. And it got to half time, and I escaped by leaping over the seat in front of me, which had just been vacated, right? And
at what point did you do that? You mean at the end of the game?
No, at the half time.
Oh, half time.
At half time. I couldn't stand any more erect for this bloke. He was doing it deliberately to wind me up.
Do you think he knew who you were?
I don't know. I've no idea if he knew my identity. But the point is that Everton had then just equalised a second time, right?
Yes.
So he was even more incensed, okay?
Yeah.
So I thought about, having a word with the steward at half time, and I thought, no, half time will have come and gone. He'll probably quietened down by now. No. Throughout the whole of the second half, I got effing blinded, seeing,
why did you not say, excuse me, would you mind toning it down a bit?
Because I wasn't...
frightened?
No.
Yeah, you were, weren't you?
No, that's a ludicrous and ridiculous. I was not frightened at all. I don't get frightened of people. But the point is...
Well, you must have been.
No, he was trying to provoke me. Right. And if I'd said one thing, like this, mate, can you pipe down or leave it out, it would have caused a row.
Really?
Definitely would have caused a row.
What sort of age was this guy?
Oh, I don't know, middle age.
But
he wanted a row. This guy definitely wanted a row.
What about the other people around him? Were they not upset by it?
I don't know. Nobody else said anything, so I don't know whether he's a regular foul-mouthed, loud-mouthed, vulgar...
I think you're being very unkind.
Vulgarian,
The trouble is, what you're doing now is you appear to be, and I may be wrong with this, you appear to be abusing the hospitality of our good friends at Crystal Palace. We've been down there many times, right? It's a great club, and we've been very well looked after by the people at Crystal Palace. So for you to turn on them now, I think
I'm not turning on them at all.
Well, you're making out that they've got horrible fans.
No, this one individual guy is a horrible person. He's not a horrible football fan.
By not knowing who he is and by giving it at large about how what a horrible person he is, you're giving the clear impression that Crystal Palace should do something about it, and they haven't.
Not at all, because I tell you what, I had a fantastic day at Palace. It was looked after by Chris Powelson, who's the bigwig in marketing there, and not only did they provide facilities for our show, they provided facilities for us to watch the game in enormous comfort. I went into the lounge I was in, was fantastic. They gave me a fantastic lunch and...
So watch what game? You mean the Spurs-Arsenal game?
What are you on about?
Well, you said to watch the game in enormous comfort. You're sitting outside in the cold and the wet.
No, no.
I
wasn't sitting outside anyway.
Well, where were you sitting?
I was sitting in the director's box.
Well, it's not inside, is it?
Well, no, I don't know what you're talking about. The point is, I was there to watch Everton because I support Everton.
Well, you said enormous comfort. You don't describe a seat at a football stadium as enormous comfort.
Well, it was a padded seat, and there's not many of those in Palace's ground. But not only that,
you wouldn't call it enormous comfort, though, would you?
Well, the enormous comfort I was going to tell you about if you'd have bothered to stop to listen instead of opening your big mouth all the time. The enormous comfort.
It's called the two mics, okay? Shall we set that out at the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, it's now 10 minutes into the show. You're telling, as usual, one of your stories about your day at Crystal Palace, which involved some bloke giving you a lot of jip, which you were too frightened to mention to me.
No, I wasn't.
So I better interrupt you. I
wasn't frightened at all.
Otherwise, all we'll hear is your day, my day at Crystal Palace.
I realised.
Want to talk about anything else?
I realised I was a guest of Crystal Palace, so I didn't. I didn't react to this man's provocation.
Yeah, but now you're giving him large on the radio where he can't come after you.
Well, he can come after if he wants. I couldn't care less. The point is, I wasn't going to cause an incident at a ground.
You must have been frightened of him.
I wasn't frightened of him. I'm not frightened of people who've got vulgar mouths, honestly.
Okay.
And no, I had the enormous comfort was the lounge in which I had lunch, which was spectacular.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you said the enormous comfort in which I was able to watch the game, I presumed you meant the game between Arsenal and Tottenham.
I saw that as well.
You would have seen that in enormous comfort because you would have been inside. But it was a horrible day yesterday. I mean, it was raining, it was wet, it was cold.
Yeah.
You yourself said that there was ice forming in the bird bath at your home.
It was, yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I wouldn't say sitting in that kind of cold weather, wearing the wrong coat, because you told me you brought the wrong coat.
I did, yeah.
Would in fact be that comfortable.
That's right. But anyway, look, a big thanks to Crystal Palace for your hospitality. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, and Roe Q, apparently there's a very loud, noisy man that upset Mike Parry. Can you please do something about it?
No, I'm not asking for that at all. No.